Annunciationis classis Latina, capitulum tertium, PuerImprobus. Sorry. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum. Benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus. Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Amen. So, any questions from last time? So you all have Latin verbs down cold, right?
You have obviously been blessed with a superior stable of students here.
Okay, well, we'll find out. I think, Jess, was it last time you said you were having some difficulty understanding the meaning of some of the words? Somebody made an offhand comment about that. Thought it was
I
you.
had I had asked about um interrogat regarding like questions and stuff like that.
Say that again. I didn't quite catch that. You asked what? Oh, interrogat. Okay. All right. I've intentionally avoided delving into dictionaries just yet. Um, and then there's other online translation tools. Eventually, we'll get to dictionaries because they're important. But for the moment, I want you to work with the texts. So themselves, since at this level, well, I'm not going to say the meaning is obvious. It's a foreign language after all, but you can usually struggle with it. Let's see. I'm going to go to verbs. Yeah, here we go. So actually, let me skip forward a little bit. Yeah, here we go. We see our first action verbs in this chat. What I mean by an action verb is obviously est and sunt are verbs, is and are, but um, they're not action verbs. What I mean by an action verb is it's a verb that the subject is carrying out in some form. Okay. We saw cantat. I don't think actually did we see cantant. I don't think we actually saw the plurals. I'm maybe getting ahead of myself here. Ooh.
No, I don't think there are any plurals in this chapter.
Okay. Sorry about all that. Um, Tell you what, let me get rid of them for the moment. There. I don't want to hit you up with too much at any one time because this is a gradual learning process. Anyway, they all end in T, third person singular, okay? And we kind of know already two verbs, as I said, est and sunt. Est is third person singular, you know, Britannia insula est. Well, cantat, pulsat, porat, redet, videt, vocat. Oh, and let me do audit. That's another nice one. Oops. Let's see here. There, underline T. And for, and right now we're just dealing with present tense, by the way. So if you go over to the PDF, let's scroll all the way back here just for the heck. Whoops, that's too far. too far. Here we go. So, Julia cantat. Julia sings. Okay. Then eventually, Marcus Juliam pulsat. Marcus hits Julia. And what else? Oh, and ridet, laughs at, mocks. And Quintus, Marcum videt, sees. So we have a couple of different verb forms here. And verbs, like nouns, have their, well, nouns have declensions, verbs have their conjugations. So we see an AT, an ET, an ET, and an IT. Those are three of the four conjugations. They did not introduce, well, here, I think this is, yeah, here we go. Four classes. They all have the same T or NT ending for verbs and when we say the indicative, that's a fancy name for, it's a statement about the subject doing something. And it is stated as a fact. Whether it's true or not is a different matter, but it's stated as a fact. So, conjugatio prima, cantat, pulsat, plorat. It's known as the ARE. So it has that A sitting there in front of the T. Conjugatio secunda, ridet, videt. It has that E. Conjugatio tertia, we don't have any of these. And the difference, by the way, is this is a long E and this is a short E. I'm just throwing it in there so you can be aware of it. Right now, we're going to deal with it. Conjugatio quarta, venit, comes, okay? Or this one is a little bit different in that you have to say veniunt. If you just left that U out, it would be a very awkward word, venint. So Latin, a long time ago, threw a U in there in order to make it a little easier to pronounce. So we've got those four. And the important thing is for third person, they all end in T. We'll get the other first, second, and third person, or first, second person later. So, and then eventually I'm going to start making some nice tables out for your first to help you guys study for the verbs. And, oh, then the other thing we pick up is casus accusativus, the direct object. That is a fancy name for saying whatever the verb is acting on immediately, that is the direct object. So if we go back to our little PDF here, Julia cantat. Quid Julia cantat? What is Julia singing? Canticum. You may have heard that word. The Song of Songs is in Latin, canticum canticorum. And then there's a number of pieces that the Annunciation Choir sings that has the word canticum in it. So Julia cantat canticum. Julia sings a song. Marcus Juliam pulsat. Marcus hits Julia. So the accusative form, which, let's see, hold on. Ooh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Ah, there it is. So the accusative form is pretty simple. The subject is in the doer, is in the casus nominativus. The direct object, that is the, what the action is done on, is in the casus accusativus. We only get the masculine and feminine singular forms for right now. But the nice thing about the singular forms is they always end in M. So Marcus pulsat, Marcus hits. Marcus Juliam pulsat. Marcus videt. Marcus videt quintum. Juliam quintum. Julia vocat. Emilia Juliam vocat. So nice thing about the accusative is it ends in M for everyone in the singular. So here we go. This is declinatio prima, a, e, a. We still don't have too many plural forms. And then insula, insulae, insulam, insula. Again, ends in M. Declinatio secunda, masculinum and neutrum. Again, they all end in, well, actually, they all, for singular, they all end in um, both masculine and neuter. So pretty easy, I think, anyway. So there's another little table. But let's get back to where we left off. I think we have enough people this time. Whoops. Where to go? I lost it. You can go to the, if you want a hint on the grammar of the section, you can go to the Grammatica Latina, and it will outline a lot of the grammar that is in the section, which may or may not help you. Hopefully it'll help you. But let's get back where we left off. Scena tertia. So, do we have any volunteers to do reading? We need a Julius. We need an Amelia. We need a little Julia. And we need a Marcus and a Quintus.
I'll still be driving home from work for a little while, so I'll answer questions, but I won't be able to read for a little bit.
Okay.
I'll be Julius.
Okay. Connor is Julius. We need an Amelia.
I can read something. I'll probably get it wrong because I haven't been here in a minute, but I don't mind doing it.
Let's see, who is that? I don't.
Crystal.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Okay, you are Amelia.
Okay.
Now we need a little girl, Julia. Any volunteers?
I can if no one else will step up.
Okay, remember to use a nice high voice. You're a
Okay.
little girl. And we need a Marcus and a Quintus. Let's see who's left.
Marcus is the bad boy, so if that's been your inner craving, this is your time to step
Oh,
up.
definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm eating dinner.
You're eating dinner. Okay, well,
I'll be-
I'll tell you what, Alex, how about you be you can be Marcus, okay? And let's see. Robert, you can be Quintus.
Okay, I was
How's
going to
that
volunteer
sound?
anyways.
All right. And I am the narrator.
Where are
So,
we starting?
page it's section 3. It would be page what page number is that? 22. Should be. You can't see it on the screen.
Yeah, it's just that the
Whoa.
sheet's kind of small for me.
Okay.
It's
Oh, boy,
22.
here. Yeah, here. Let me hide that. What the devil? Here, let me see if I can clean that up a little. It's weird. Okay. Whoa.
Do I do anything other than crying?
No, you get to make all the excuses.
Oh, okay. I'm just wondering.
Well, actually, hold on here. You know what? I hate to say it, but you got the easy one. Yeah, you just do a lot of crying.
Okay, well, you let me know when you want me to,
Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, well, normally, the way they have this, of course, is they have the person who's saying it, and then I have to fill in the narrator. But now that I see it, wow.
well, I mean, I can add a little sound.
All right, well, we'll see how this goes. Anyway, let's begin. Quintus.
Um, Pater Venet.
Yeah. Emilia quintum non audit, quia Marcus plorat. There's your cue, Alex. There we go.
Good job.
Julius quintum videt eumcum interrogat.
Cur Marcus plorat?
Quintus respondet.
Marcus plorat, quia mater eum verberat.
Sed cur mater Marcum verberat?
Marcum verberat, quia PuerImprobus est. Marcus parvum puellum pulsat.
Ouch.
Julia.
How did he guessed?
Emilia Julium videt. Emilia.
Tuus, is it Tuus Marcus Filius Improbus est?
Yes.
Tuus?
So,
Yep. Yes, the tuus, all letters are pronounced in Latin, unlike English, where all bets are off. Julius.
Puer probus non pulsat puellam. Puer qui parvum puellam pulsat improbus est.
oh no.
Julius iratus puerum improbum verberat. Tuxtax, tuxtax, tuxtax. Every language has its own words for common sounds. What does a dog say? Bow wow, or maybe bark.
There's a comedy routine I saw once about French words for the same sounds. And it was very odd. I mean, to us.
Yes. Made perfect sense to the French, I'm sure. So anyway, if you're getting a thrashing, and this is not this is not the back of the hand. This is actually would be like a switch or a cane.
His baculum.
A baculum, yeah.
Oh,
It was
I won't sit down for a while.
Yeah, you won't sit down for a while. Yeah, afraid not. So anyway, Marcus plorat.
Oh,
Quintus laetus est et ridet.
Ha.
Julia, very good. Julia laeta non est, neque ridet. Julia seems to be the better behaved one in this family.
yeah.
Cur non laeta est Julia, non laeta est quia Marcus plorat. Julia est puella proba. What she's saying there is,
She's a naturally nurturing woman, feminine.
well, no, Marcus deserved it.
Yeah,
But
he did.
it's not polite to make fun of people.
Kick your brother while he's down.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Haven't been coughing all day. Naturally, class
You
starts.
sound better.
It's better. Puer ridet, puella plorat. Quis est puer qui ridet? Who is the boy who laughs? I think this is the first time we see qui as a pronoun. We saw it as an interrogative pronoun, quis, que, and quid. Well, now we can use it as a
Personal pronoun.
personal pronoun. Yeah.
Hmm.
And we'll get more into that later. But anyway, puer qui ridet est Marcus.
Ha ha ha.
Que est puella que plorat. Puella que plorat est Julia. Now, notice qui for masculine, que for feminine. It's close to what we have for the interrogative. We have quis and que. It's when we make them personal, the quis drops the S, but the que remains the same.
And then
Now,
you see the puer, cui, read it, and puella,
yep.
que, plural.
Yes. Marcus qui puellam pulsat, puer improbus est. Puella,
What does probus mean?
probus is, okay.
Like improper,
No,
incorrigible.
no, that's improbus. Probus,
Oh, probus.
Well
I
behaved.
thought that was what the question was, probus. Probus would be like
Yeah, what?
proper, and improbus would be like improper. Now,
Thanks.
in English, we wouldn't necessarily say it that way. We would say Marcus, who hits a little girl, is a naughty boy. We might say naughty instead of improper. For improbus.
Or even poorly behaved, which is the long way.
Yeah,
Poorly behaved is good.
yeah. So
I was thinking lacking in certain social graces, but this is Marcos. Naughty works.
you're about to say something, Alex?
I was just going to ask, do you think the word probative in English is related to that? Obviously, probative has more to do with truth than it does with good and evil. But I was just curious.
You know, I looked that up once. Now I can't remember. I believe it does in a somewhat
Backdoor fashion.
I was going to say crooked path fashion, but I believe it does. Because probative is for seeking the truth, right?
Correct.
And so probus is correct action, okay? Proper action, proper conduct, morally sound, which presumably...
So I guess you could say they're related.
They're related, yeah. Improbus, on the other hand, is the opposite.
Right.
It would be morally dubious or questionable behavior or naughty. See now this being almost Christmas. See, we have Santa with his naughty and nice. So he has his probus list and his improbus list.
What is the word for list?
Oh boy. Let's see.
Just so I can impress people.
Let me think here. I have to think. Let's see. We want a particular kind of list, though, don't we? All right. Let me do this.
I'm looking it up. It's tabula.
Well, tabula is one.
Or formula.
Okay. Actually, okay. If you want a catalog,
Yeah.
i.e., list of naughty and nice, it would be index. Tabula is a very general term for any paper document.
Yes, document.
So it's naturally you could use that for list, but it's a very generic word for it. In fact, tabula, you'll see later on, will also refer to the wax tablets and a whole bunch of stuff. So I like, index.
Perhaps another way to describe improbus is ill-behaved.
Yep.
What is the difference between an index and a codex?
Codex is book form as opposed to scrolls, for one thing. Tabulum is usually a tablet that would be hinged and it would have wax on both sides, and you just use a stylus to write.
Yes.
So codex is more for the format of the document, not necessarily the contents of it.
Yes. like
Okay.
bibliophiles who buy old books. If they buy a codex, it's in book form.
Okay.
Yeah, and oh, which you realize means the Roman. Well, actually, the tabula predates Romans, but that means your iPad was invented well over 2,000 years ago.
Is tabulum, which is tabulum, which is like dining room. How is that related? Or is it? That's what they called the dining room, with a room with the couches.
Okay, tablinum.
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 Okay, I didn't know how to pronounce it.
There's
Thank
a
you.
slight, yeah, there's a few letters you left out there.
I'm reading it
You-
English style too.
Yeah, no, tablinum. And that had more to be related to a table. You know, the table room is really what that,
Yeah,
really what that
and maybe
means.
the case that the couches were all lined up, so it kind of like a list.
No, that has nothing to do with a list.
Okay.
One is a tabula. The other one is tabulinum. Extra syllables in there. Okay, where were we? Okay. Puella, quam Marcus pulsat, est Julia. Julia Emiliam vocat. Emilia, quam Julia vocat, mater liberorum est. Oh, now we have another form of the personal pronoun,
This is in the
which
accusative.
is the accusative case. Right.
Yeah. So the
Excuse me.
so the masculine is quem and the
Right.
feminine
And
is
the feminine is quam.
yeah.
So puer quem Amelia verberat, the boy, which Amelia is spanking
Or beating.
or beating. Puella quam Marcus pulsat. So the girl that Marcus hit, or
Yeah,
the girl who Marcus hit.
It's a reminder that Marcus got the worst end of the deal.
He definitely did. He definitely did. Yeah. So
Can't say he didn't bring it upon himself.
in fact, he got it there, and
well, she got hit and he got beaten.
let's see. Oh, well, we have Amelia giving him.
Yeah, Amelia hit him first, and then Daddy took over.
Well, and he got hit by Quintus too. So yeah, he definitely definitely did. Was not his day. Okay.
But
So-
Marcos will never change.
Oh, not necessarily. Quem vocat Quintus. Now we're using it
Yeah.
in a interrogative sense. Who calls? Oh, sorry. Quintus calls who?
Again, in the
Or who
accusative.
does Quintus call? There we go. Let me unwrap that into better English. Who does Quintus call? It's not who calls Quintus. Quintus is nominative. Quem is accusative. So Quintus is calling who? Quintus Iulium vocat. Quintus Iulium. Quintus calls Julius.
That M
Julius quem Quintus vocat, pater liberorum est. So Julius whom Quintus calls is the father of the children. Julius Quintum non audit. Julius did not hear Quintus. Quem audit Julius? Who did Julius hear? Julius Marcum audit. Puer quem Julius audit est Marcus. Puella que cantat leta est. The girl who is singing is happy. Puella, hold on a second.
Yeah, so you're mixing, you have two verbs in each of these sentences.
Sorry about that. Where was I? Puella que plorat non est leta, puer qui puellam pulsat improbus est. So these qui, que, quem, quam function just like they do in English in asking questions and stuff. Any questions?
That one way to think about the accusative is that you, or telltale is the M at the end of those qui, que, quam, quam. And you know the A is usually feminine. So that's one way.
Yeah, right. Even the accusative for quique is quem and quam. So
Yeah.
so for singular, yeah, it's pretty much universal that it ends in M. Any questions, understanding, etc.
Yeah, could you describe a little bit more on when it goes from quis to qui previously?
Sure, no problem. So if let's see here. Okay, let's add a new slide. Look at this. Should have just duplicated. Okay. Actually, hold on. Let me see if I've already done that. Have I already done that? No, I didn't. Oh, okay, shame on me. Okay. So we have quis and we have que. Whoops, not that way we don't. And we have quid. All of these mean who or what. And they are the subject. So quis and is the generic who. And when I say that that is the generic who subject, let's put the subject in there. How's that sound? So if I say quis est pater pueri, who is the father of the boy? We would use quis. That is, as I said, we are seeking here for a fill in the blank, like Julius est pater pueri. So Julius would be the subject. Well, we don't know who Julius is, so we have to put in a who. For que,
And you would never use quay for Potter.
No, you'd never use que for father. I should put in here masculine or feminine. Okay. And when I say masculine or feminine, I mean if it is known masculine, it's quis. And if it's unknown masculine, feminine, then you can use quis. Okay. If it's que, then it is a generic who subject feminine only. Okay. You would never use it with a masculine noun that you're seeking for. So we would say que, and thank you, autocorrect, for that. Mater, who is the mother of the boy. And we would use que. Good so far, right?
Yep, I'm following.
Okay. Now, unfortunately, in English, we've long since lost all of our grammatical, well, maybe not unfortunately, but we've lost our grammatical gender and all our case endings and all that other good stuff. So now, que.
Were you going to go over quid?
Oh, you're right. Thank you. I left out quid. There we go. Generic what subject. And when now, this one could be, let's just say it's non-person. Quis and que are for people. Let's see, how do we want to say generic who subject person? Let's put person up here, okay? There we go. So you only use quis and que if it is a person you are asking about. If it is a non-person, and that means it could be a dog, a rock, a fish, a painting, sculpture, whatever, then you use quid. So quid est Britannia. Whoop, it changed it back to quid. Or did I just type it badly? Quid est Britannia? What is Britain? Britannia insula est. So that outlines the nominative form of the interrogative, and these are called oh, that wasn't pronoun. And the reason it's a pronoun is because it stands in for a noun. The reason it's interrogative is because you're asking a question. Now, qui que, let's see, is who who person, masculine or feminine, and it is a personal pronoun. And that is not in a question. Well, maybe I should phrase that differently.
It's not used to ask a question.
Yeah, it's not used. That's a better way of putting it. It is not used. Whoop, there's a U in that keyboard, to ask a question in and of itself. And what I mean by that, wow, superior typing skills here. There. It could be in a long sentence that is a question. All right. But for the most part, it clarifies the subject or the noun under discussion. So, example is, let's see, what do we have? Let's go back to the text here. Puer qui pellem pulsat improbus est. So the boy who hit the little girl is naughty. Puella que plorat non est laeta. The girl who is crying is not happy. And I should probably add something on the verbs, which I left out, I bet. Did I leave it out? Or did I not? Okay, I think I left that out.
And
Yes, I
an
did.
easy way to remember this, but it'll probably only work if you've ever watched Doctor Who, but he travels in space and time, and his nickname is the Doctor, but the title of the show is called Doctor Who. So he's in the past, and he's mistaken for a magician, and they call him the Great Queequeg Quad.
Yeah.
And if you remember that, then you remember the Who's.
Yeah. Well, no, I wanted to say something about present tense verbs, which I left out. If I say cantat, Julia cantat, that means Julia sings. It also means in Latin, Julia is singing. There is no distinction in Latin between those two. And really in English, there is
They're functionally the same.
There's really functionally the same. Okay.
They aren't actually, because Julia sings indicates ability. Julia is singing indicates an activity. So there is a subtle difference in English.
Well, I see what you're saying.
True.
I
Well-
guess it would just depend on the context of
Yeah,
it.
context though is what, because if I just say Julia sings,
Yes, agree.
it could be, I could mean it either way. You're right. You're right. It could mean, if I say I speak Latin, well, I'm not speaking Latin at the moment. It means
Right.
I have
Yes.
capability to speak Latin. So, yeah, I guess there is a slight difference in there.
That's where you need more words to clarify
Yeah.
what you're saying.
And in Latin, they would actually say, whoops, I went the wrong way. Let's get back to quis and que.
Michael,
So, yes.
could I make a comment? You made the comment, qui and que are not used to ask a question in and of itself.
Mhm.
And I was wondering then, could you say, going back to your other example, quis est pater pueri qui puellam pulsat?
Yes, you could.
Okay.
And I was getting there. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no. So, well, okay, let's
Just, I was just making the point that you could have a question
right,
that has this within it.
right. And that's what I meant in and of itself. So
Yeah.
so Marcus qui um est improbus oops pulsat Julium. There we go. So there's no real question here, but as Alex put it out, we could rephrase that. So we could say quis let's see, how do I want to do that? Quis est.
Quis est puer.
Yeah, here we go. Let's put that over there. Qui pulsat.
Julium.
There we go. So now we have made it a question here. But all that does is stand in for the unknown noun. This is what makes it a question. And likewise for que, we could do something, let's see, do something like Emilia, qui est mater, pueri improbi verberat. By the way, you don't want to be verberat. Pulsat is way better. Markham. Whoops. So, so, whoops, that needs to be que. There we go. So, Emilia, que mater pueri improbi verberat Markham. And we'd probably put a comma there. So, Emilia, who is the mother of the of the naughty little boy, spanked Marcus. And we could redo that. So we say que. Let's see here. Q-U-A-E. Que est mater pueri. Or I'm trying to think here now. Who is the mother of the boy? Oh, we don't. No, we have to do daughter here. Puella. To get a que out of it.
Well, you could say something who cries.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Que, whoops. Que, there we go. So here, whoops, let me put my question mark here. Who is the mother of the girl who is crying?
Yeah. Michael, I guess the important point here is, whereas in English, we use the word who both as an interrogative pronoun and as a personal pronoun, we need to know that there's a distinction in Latin, that you must use a different word for the interrogative pronoun than you do for the personal pronoun.
Yeah, and it's what's perhaps somewhat frustrating to English speakers is it's not exactly a different word. I mean, it is. Let me go ahead and pull up my table here.
Well, different spelling anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's
It's the same word used for two different meanings.
Right.
Well,
and we just vaguely somehow know that.
Well, and in English, we okay. This may be more than you ever wanted to know. Let's see, where are they? Ah, here it is. Let me do a little screen sharing here. Okay. And you can, by the way, you can find this in the back of the Familia Romana, if you ever look back there. Okay. These are the interrogative pronouns, some of which we've already seen. We've seen quis, we've seen cuius, okay? And so they are what, which, who, whom, whose. They ask, they introduce the question. And then these are the relative pronouns, which are used in clauses. So it's quis, que quid, qui quad, cuius, 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 cuius. So they are related. And in many forms, they are the same. In fact, look at the plural forms. Qui, quorum, quibus, quos, quibus. See, plural forms are the same. But what trips you up, of course, is the nominative form in there. So just, and as I said, this is in the back. Let me do another share here. Hold on, give me oh, where'd it go? Zoom always tries to help me. I wish it would help me less. Let's see here. The Familia Romana. Hold on here. We're going to take that. So hold on, I'll get the right one. So if you go all the way to the back, we have an index. That's where you can look up where a word is first introduced. But you can also look at the table of declensions and numbers and pronoun. Well, let's see, we want, here it is, interrogative and relative. So they're actually in there. So if you get stuck, you can actually go back and look if you're so inclined. Does that make, oh, now the other ones I did not do. Are quem and quam. Now, they are the same as qui and que. The difference is they are accusative. So, accusative. So I could let's see here. So Marcus, this PuerImprobus quem. Whoops, quem. Let's see, Julius. Boy, Iulius. Verberat. Let me get rid of the. So now, Marcus is the naughty boy, which Julius thrashes. Okay, so quique and quemquam in this section lesson are both what is known as relative pronouns. Now you probably
You look at quem and that example is like a whom.
that is a let's see, would this actually be a whom in English? Marcus the boy. Well, whom is usually in English the indirect object. I don't think Yeah, you do not say, whom do you spank? You say, who do you spank? So in English, the nominative and the accusative forms do not change.
Okay.
But that's English grammar. So yeah, Marcus is the naughty boy who Julius beats. I don't think English would use a whom there. Do we have any English teachers?
Michael.
Mhm.
So just to make sure I understand correctly, because we don't have it right here in front of us, it's with regard to the distinction of the interrogative pronouns and the relative pronoun, the important thing to remember is it's just in the nominative case that we see the difference in the
Let me double
spelling.
check that. I think you're right now that I think about it.
In-
I had the PDF up here a second ago. And of course I closed it. All right, hold on, let me get it back.
But we don't have to worry about it with regard to the other cases.
All right, hold on here. I believe that's correct. Yes, it's only the nominative
Yeah.
where the
So
two differ.
That's all we need to.
That's probably the easiest way to put it. I'll put together a table for next time.
Yeah, but I mean,
Since this is the last class of the year, the first class of next year, we'll have to skip 2 weeks. Christmas is next Thursday, and then New Year's is next Thursday. So then it will be the 8th. We're going to review a lot of chapter 3 again, just because it's been 2 weeks. But yes, that is correct.
yeah, we can all use methods of trying to make it easier to remember.
Oh, of course. So, whoops, wait a minute. Where am I? Oh, way past. Here, hold on. Let me get back to chapter 13. Hold on. Index. Oh, there we go. Chapter 3. There we go. Get rid of the white space. Okay. I think we made it all the way. Yeah, we made it all the way. Yes. Let's spend a little time on the Grammatica Latina. So again, Marcus ridet, Quintus Marcum pulsat. Marcus quintum pulsat, Quintus plorat. And keep in mind these words, Quintus Marcus Marcum pulsat, do not have to appear in that order. If I wanted to emphasize the sentence with respect to Marcus, I would say Marcum Quintus pulsat, which in English you might translate as
Marcus is the one who Quintus hits.
yeah, that would be, yeah, that's one way. Yeah, it's Marcus that Quintus hits. Not literal, but you get the idea. If I wanted to emphasize the pulsat, I would put it first. So pulsat Quintus Marcus. So Quintus hit Marcus. That's probably the best way to do it in English. So it's very foreign to English. I mean, we have a very rigid word order. Quintus hits Marcus and Marcus hits Quintus are two different things. But in Latin, you would use the appropriate ending to indicate the action. And for right now, the Familia Romana is not trying to do too wild a word order. I warn you that when you look at the collects in the Vetus Ordo or the TLM, you will find that they play with word order all the time. They come from about the 6th century or so. maybe even the 4th century. So they intentionally use that fun word order to focus on certain aspects. It's very hard to capture that in English. But anyway, Marcus nominativus est, sed Marcum accusativus est. Quintum est accusativus, quintus nominativus. Nominativus us or r, puer, remember we have puer, accusativus um. So, Julius, Julium, Filius, Filium, puer, puerum, eum, for him, feminum, Julia cantat. By the way, nouns, excuse me, have to agree, or nouns with their adjectives have to agree in case, number, and gender. Latin, mercifully, does not have gendered verbs. So Julia cantat, Marcus cantat, Quintus cantat. We all sing. Nos homines. Oh, well, you don't have that form. But anyway, the point is, you do not have to worry about gender, at least in these kinds of verbs. Now, when you start using verbs as adjectives, then you have to follow the case, number, and gender rules, but that's long off. There are languages that change the gender of their verbs.
Did you tell us Russia was one of those?
No, oh boy. Okay. No, Russia.
I don't think so.
No, Russia doesn't change. What Russia has is they have
the
way
cases.
more cases.
Yeah.
And not only do they have singular and plural, but they have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So good luck learning Russian. But no, they don't. I've forgotten which language has gender in its verbs. So, any question on Latin verbs for third person present? Also, pay attention to what that vowel is. As I said earlier, they are actually conjugations. And if you know a verb, and the conjugation it belongs to, you then know pretty much how to conjugate the verb in all its tenses and forms. Latin is mostly very regular in that regard. English is not. I sing, he sings. I sang, he sang, different words. Often I have sung, yet another word. Now, so you say, sing, sang, sung. Well, what about drink, drank, drunk? Well, maybe, What about run? I run, I ran, I rung? No. English has lots and lots of little quirks and exceptions. So
I like to think about the fact that the first conjugation has the A in it, just as the first declension has the A in it.
Yep.
That's one way to remember the two.
Yep. So any question on verbs and qui, que, quod?
Well,
Those are the hard.
I'm about to ask about this
Sure.
quid. You mentioned that it can be used as a what and where.
All right, where was it? Where'd it go? I thought I put it in here. Did I hide it? Did I lose it? All right. Oh, here it is. For what and well, for what, that's quid.
Yes,
Where, for where is ubi? If you go back to the first chapter, ubi est Italia. Where is Italy? Italia in Europa est. Let me snag some notes. Let's see, where did I put that? Give me just a second, I'll find it. Here it is. I think it was the second class that I'm looking for. Yeah, there it is. Okay.
So in this form that you use, it's quid est Britannia. You are saying what is. I thought it should be what. Where is Britannia?
Well, no, that would be ubi. Okay, hold on just a second.
Okay.
Let me see if I have. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Never throw away slides. First rule of teaching. Whoops. Okay. Share. Let me add that. Oop. And I don't know why it always pops to the last. There we go. Okay, this is notes from the last last chapter. So we have actually go up one. All right. So for who, we have quis and we have que. Don't worry about the plural for the moment. And then for what, we have, it's a thing, not a person. We have quid. Quid est Britannia. What is Britain?
Okay.
But if we wanted to ask where, we have ubi. Ubi est Britannia.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, I got it. Okay, thank you.
So I shall summarize our interrogative, pronouns for next time. And hopefully we can keep them sorted. The thing to keep in mind, and I'll put in the full declension table, even though we haven't had them all. And you can see that really it's just the nominative that's different. So if you can keep it in quis, que for who, quid for where, quid for what, and ubi for where, you got it mostly licked. So, make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
There are some irregular verbs though, huh? Like the one we already had, like some.
Yeah, yes. Obviously, the verb to be is irregular. The verb to be is, as far as I know, is irregular in every language.
Yeah.
With the possible exception of Esperanto, only because, well, it's an artificial language. So
It's weird because it's the most common verb, but it's the hardest too.
yeah, it is. Yes.
Yeah.
Michael,
Yeah.
it's not irregular in Russian
Really?
because it doesn't exist in Russian.
Really?
There is
That
no
is
verb.
kind of crazy.
Not in the present tense anyway.
Weird.
That I did not know.
Do they have
There,
exist?
there is
How
no
do they
there
work
is-
around that?
there's no present tense. Oh. They just say I, and then they have the whatever the the adjective is, or
Oh, so they would, so, okay, so in Latin,
I'm not saying all the tenses. I'm just saying in the present tense.
right. So we would say, if in Latin, if we say Marcus PuerImprobus est, and we were speaking Russian, we would have to leave the est out because it doesn't exist. Is that what you're
You
saying?
would say Marcus Plochat. Plochat means bad.
Okay.
So you wouldn't say Marcus is bad. You just say Marcus
Marcus bad.
Plochat.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. I think for tonight we will finish up since Christmas is almost upon us, and we're going to review a bunch of stuff anyway. So I think with that, I'll open the floor one more time. Let's not do, ignore that. Stick on chapter 3. Over the holidays, find time to listen to chapters 1, 2, and 3. Read and listen to, on that YouTube site to keep up the practice, because if you don't, it's easier to remember concrete items. Language is more abstract, and learning abstract things can be much harder. But over time, with practice and repetition, you will find that you'll be able to improve that. So with that, let's say the final prayer here. Oops, okay, where did all my nice windows go? There. Okay, there we go. So I will mute everybody. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum. Benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus. Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Amen. So that is the unofficial end of the class.